AI is going to ruin your business. Well, that's what lots of entrepreneurs and business owners are spouting off right now. Well, I've come up with 5 sectors, 5 business industries that AI will never replace. And I'm going to break it down in this video so you can swipe and deploy those ideas. Listen, AI is going to be a game changer. It served us up some lemons, and we've got to learn to make lemonade out of those lemons. So let me break down this for you in this video as we go into the 5 sectors that I think are really exciting in this next wave of economics, and I'm going to get involved in them. This video is supported by Revolut Business, the all-in-one business account helping you handle payments, manage teams and track cash flow, so you can focus on the things that AI cannot replace. And there's a £200 welcome bonus up for grabs. More on that later. First of all, I want you to understand that I'm investing in very brick and mortar boring businesses. I have done for the last 20 years, and I think these types of entrepreneurs, i.e. me, that like this old-fashioned stuff, are going to have a little bit of a renaissance. If you think over the last 20 years, private equity, venture capital, pension funds have been pouring cash into companies like Google and SaaS products, software, technology. But actually, those types of companies are going to find they're going to become more and more commoditized as AI can do the stuff that programmers used to do at a fraction of the cost. So if you're in traditional businesses, brick and mortar style stuff, I think you're going to find my views very interesting. You know, you're worried about what's going to change over the next 10 years, but think about what's not going to change in the next 10 years. What products, services and businesses will investors, customers, the economics, the government still want over the next 10 years? And they're probably still going to want them in the next 100 years. And if you can train your brain to think about that, then AI gets very exciting. And so I asked it what businesses would still thrive in an AI revolution. I've got my own thoughts and I'm going to share them with you first. But at the end of the video, I'm going to share what AI said. Are our thoughts aligned? Let's find out. Let's look at business sector number 1. And for me, that's food services. I like this business because it's an LWN business where people love what you do, want what you do, and need what you do. And interestingly, these are the types of businesses that do very well in economic downturns. Think about, a car repair business. If your car breaks down, even at the height of an economic downturn, if you've got to get to work, you're going to find the money to get your car repaired. Now, I think food services businesses are very similar. A food services business could be supplying food and drink to a school, a university, a factory, those types of businesses. Whatever happens with technology, people have still got to eat. So if you're in any business that's feeding people, I'm not talking about high-end restaurants here, but although I think they will do very well in an AI revolution, but I think any business where you're feeding people is still exciting, and I just don't see how AI can steal your bacon on that. Business sector number 2 is childcare, care providers and healthcare, where you need a human being to look after you. I honestly think technology is going to be a part of these businesses. You're going to use technology, but you're going to want human beings and real life people doing the stuff for you. So doctors, nurses, therapists, childcare providers, day nurseries, old age pensioner homes, Senko, anything like that, I think are going to do very well in the next 20 years. And also, I actually think you're going to find lots of private equity investment money piling into these sectors rather than technology, as technology becomes more and more cheaper and commoditized. So all those care businesses really wrap it all up. It's because we have trust in those people. That human touch and trust is so important. And that's why Revolut Business is such a useful account for your business. Their time-saving and automated tools like accounting integrations free you up to focus on what really matters. People, building trust and delivering a great service, not admin or time vampire tasks. Business sector number 3 is live in-person events. We are lusting for real life experiences more than ever. Because we have technology literally for free on our fingertips, we're lusting after going and seeing the Taylor Swift Eras Tour or Oasis, world-breaking tour numbers, bringing in serious amounts of revenue. I'm looking at that in our businesses. How can we do festivals at our farm attractions? If you don't know, I own lots of hospitality and leisure businesses, and I want to put in-person events that people can touch and feel and trust and feel like they've had a memory that isn't based around technology. So I think live events are going to do very well, including business events. People, they're fed up of going and learning on Zoom, learning on technology. They want to go to a seminar and actually see real people and have a laugh. That's why I hate the idea of working from home. I actually think the water cooler chats are really important, just like going to seeing a show, live comedy, live theatre, live singing. It really gets the senses going that you just can't get on technology. So if you're in live events, I think you're in for a winner, chicken dinner. Business sector number 4 is making premium items and the selling of luxury items. I put them both together because they're one and the same really. But you think about your iPhone, good quality clothing, premium items that you're going to use again and again, but also luxury items like a Louis Vuitton handbag or a Rolex watch. Human beings have consistently, over thousands of years, bought premium stuff and liked luxury items. We can go back to the Romans to see that happening. And I still think that's going to happen in the future. People will want to buy Bugattis and Lamborghinis and Louis Vuitton handbags and Rolex watches, and they will also value premium items like an iPhone that they'll use all the time. A well-manufactured piece of furniture will still hold its value, especially if people know it's handmade, and they'll pay a premium for skilled craftsmanship. They always have done. Even when machines can do it for cheaper, they will pay for this stuff. So if you're in that sector, get exciting about it and make sure you communicate your story, because do you know what human beings like? They like a real life story. We discussed there things people always pay for, and there'll always be a need for businesses to accept payments in person, online, quickly and securely. And that's where Revolut Business comes in handy with their payment systems and card machines like the Revolut Terminal, which allows your business to take payments everywhere so you can deliver a smooth customer experience while getting paid easily and instantly. If you're ready to streamline your business spending and give your team the tools to work smarter, why not sign up to Revolut Business via the link in the video description or by scanning the QR code here on screen right now. Add some money to your account by December 31st, 2025, and you'll unlock a £200 welcome bonus. Business sector number 5 is high-end consultancy and advice. Technology is going to commoditize cheap advice. Everyone's using ChatGPT for basic legal contracts, but once it gets a little bit more complicated, you're going to want someone with 10,000 hours of practice. And you know what? Governments are changing the rules all the time on law and tax, and so you're going to want someone that really knows about that happening instantly while technology catches up. So if you're an accountant that's doing high-level stuff, if you're an executive banker, a judge, a lawyer, a doctor, and you're at the top end of your field, I think it's very exciting for you. And in fact, I think you'll see your fees still keep coming in. So what did ChatGPT think? Did it agree with me? Well, they said the sectors like human touch and trust-dependent sectors would do very well. Healthcare and caregiving, education and coaching, hospitality and leisure, trade and skilled labour. I was actually shocked about the trade and skilled labour, and I thought about it more. We've all seen these videos on Instagram of robots doing plastering and plumbing, but I actually think that's a long way away, and people will pay for the creativity of the soulful mind of a human being if they want high-end stuff like that. And do you know what the other thing is, gang? Lots of people don't want to do those jobs anymore. People don't want to be delivery drivers or taxi drivers. The next generation want to do stuff that's way more creative. That's just my opinion. So creativity and experience-driven sectors, we said about this. Entertainment, live events doing very well. Also, something I didn't think about was infrastructure, tech and AI enablers. Obviously, people that are creating things that AI can do in your business, how to use AI, for example. Semiconductors and hardware, the people that are creating the hardware for technology. Things people always pay for is food and drink. We said about food services, real estate and housing. I missed that one off the list. But obviously, people are going to want to have places to live. So if you're in bricks and mortar and housing and warehousing, I think you can do very well. They also said legal and compliance. Look, rules evolve faster than automation. Trusted advisors will stay in demand. So I think we're symbiotical on that one. And luxury and status goods. Humans have always valued exclusivity and status. But in short, AI said this: anything that depends on trust, taste, touch or physical presence will hold its ground. And the smart play is often to blend artificial intelligence with these. Some of the things that entrepreneurs are really good at very good at is thinking, well, I can't really see a return on investment on that decision, but I know people will really like it and they'll come back to us more and more. So let me give you an example. You've got a restaurant and you go, do you know what? Let's put a piano player over there playing music live. It'll create an ambience in the restaurant and that will have a cost that you won't see an immediate return on investment for. And so the accountants, the logical people, the AI, the zeros, the software would say, don't pay for that. It's not going to give you a return. But illogically, it gives it a bit of a je ne sais quoi to the restaurant that makes people like going there, that you can't really track, but in your gut instinct that absolutely makes a difference. Another thing that I think is really exciting is manufacturing in the West again. See, here in the United Kingdom, in Europe and America, we've been outsourcing our manufacturing to the east of the world, but I think AI is really exciting in terms of getting machines and technology to do the things so that we can make things in our country again, like 3D printing, which has been an amazing step forward in R&D and is getting cheaper and cheaper. This is the big thing about technology. It makes doing things cheaper and cheaper. You can literally tell, a 3D printer, hey, make me that chair. And, you come back a couple of days later, it's a 3D thing and it will make you the chair rather than importing it from the country. And so that's all going to get cheaper. So I think we're going to start seeing manufacturing of all shapes and sizes coming back to the West. There's also this big shift in wealth that's happening right now. We've got the baby boomers that have been sitting on millions, billions, trillions of pounds worth of assets in the West, and that is going to start recycling back into the economy. So if you're a canny entrepreneur, go and look for those businesses for sale and use AI, use technology in those traditional bricks and mortar businesses so that you're bringing bricks and clicks together. Do you know what? I think it's a huge opportunity for wealth creation. As much as technology evolves, businesses will always come down to people, trust, service, and relationships. That's the part AI can't replace. And with Revolut Business handling your business's finance, payments, expenses, and admin, you've got more time to focus on what really matters. Don't forget to take advantage of that £200 welcome bonus by signing up to Revolut Business via the link in my bio or by scanning the QR code on screen now. Do that before 31st of December 2025, add some money to your account and you'll find you'll get that welcome bonus. Subscription fees and terms and conditions apply. Big thank you to Revolut Business for sponsoring this video. I'd love to know, gang, what businesses you think are going to do very well in the next 10 to 20 years. What is your thoughts on AI? Put them in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you're notified when we're bringing out great new videos to help grow your business. And you know what? If you love live events, why not come to one of my live events where I help business owners grow their business? All details to come to one of my events are on my website, jamessinclair.net. See you in the next one, gang. Bye-bye.